Okay folks, we're fixing to get into it and gonna have some fun today. This is my first external beehive I've ever done, at least one of this size. I've cut a few little ones down off a tree limb here and there, but not one this big. And it's sitting atop a CVS Pharmacy. So I'm excited about this. I'm actually working with a commercial pest control company. They've called me in as a subcontractor to try to get them down. You see a pretty good sized cluster of bees up there still right now. And we had a pretty cold snap about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the store owner said, yeah, that next day, man, there was dead ones all over the ground. So they survived at least one hard freeze. So hopefully we'll get them down today and make them not have to survive another one. I want to try to jump up there first thing, and this little crack all along the top edge where that overlap is, I'm going to try to stuff something in there, get it taped off, something so the bees don't feel compelled to run into it. And then I'm hoping I can just set a box right up on top there with a little bit of swarm lure in it and just start smoking and running them right up off those combs, and we'll cut the combs down. But we do have a lift, so this is going to be nice. This is the first time I've ever had to use an articulating lift on a job as well, but no reason why it won't work. So I'm going to go ahead and get my smoker and everything lit up and set up. I guess my pest control guy, I don't know if he's inside or what, his truck's empty, but he's here. But we'll start getting things set up and hopefully knock this one out relatively quickly. Here's a little side profile for you to try to get an idea just how big it is. I mean, that's pretty big. You know? It's not the biggest I've ever done, but it's the biggest external I've ever seen in person, and it's going to be the biggest external I've removed so far. So anyway, I'll get some footage once we get up there closer. Let's get things set up and moving. Well, once again, I'll let you guys down, or I should say my tripod let you down. Bought that cool little Joby tripod to hold my phone up on for videos, and I just dropped it and the daggum thing broke. But I was going to show you how I kind of set up for jobs. I like to preload my frames, if you will. Get a half dozen or more frames set up with the rubber band, so when it comes time to cut combs and strap them, I'm already kind of ready to go. Okay, well, here's a little close-up for you. We got up here on the lift. We got a nice view. I don't know how high we are, 30 foot maybe. But they're the size of my hand. They're not massive, but there's some good depth on the combs as far as this roof slopes in, so it's kind of misleading. But I've gone through. This is all sealed already with a silicone of some sort. This looked like it had a little crack, but it wasn't sealed as good, so I taped it off, and then taped off underneath my box. So now they can run up and go right into the box. The box has got some swarm lure in it, a little bit of living grass. And they're wiggling. They were perfectly still when I got up here, but I smoked them a little bit, and that kind of woke them up. So they're wiggling, and they're jumping out, landing on my hands, but they're not stinging me. So we'll just kind of see. I went ahead and suited up just because I am, you know, way up here on a basket, and if they do attack me, I can't get down very fast. So we'll probably do the job with the suit on. It's plenty cool today anyway, so I don't need to strip it off if I don't have to. But anyway, this is the setup, and let me just start smoking them real good and see if I can't get them running on their own. Well, of course, I forgot to show you guys the queen. I got her. No, I'm making a video. I got her, but with it being cold today, I wanted to get her back in the hive as quick as I could and get these bees running. So she's a nice looking, kind of semi-chocolate looking queen, but a good sized gal. And so now I've got all their brood moved. I've got the queen up there in the box in the release cage, so I'm just smoking off what's left of them here, and cut down these little couple scraps of honey, and we'll clean it all up and we'll be done. Okay, so we've got them all cut out. I scraped it as clean as I could. Normally, you know, I'd spray it down with a Kills primer or something to kind of cover the smell, but this building is kind of off-white paint color, and I don't want to have a big white patch up here they don't like. So, but I've advised the client, you know, you might get a call that they come back this spring, but I've soaked it down with Honeybee Gone just to try to, you know, cover up any smell that I could. But of course, that stuff's going to fade away after some time. Got the box down. It's just sitting here in the lift, and I've got, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 bees just kind of flying around confused. So not too bad. I'm not too worried about what gets left behind, but good, friendly colony. I think for the most part they're going to be gentle, which it was cold, but they weren't real crazy flighty or real crazy aggressive. So we'll have to see how they act on a nice warm day when I open the hive up and look at them. But anyway, we're gonna get them down and get them loaded in the truck. So, you know, y'all appreciate one last final view, and thanks to CVS Pharmacy for not having them killed. Okay, so just one more for good measure, so you guys can see from down on the ground. Everything's cleaned up real nice, looking good. Obviously still some bees up there flying around, trying to figure out where the box went. Not too many of them. I'm not sure if any are flying out of the truck up there. They might be, so I'm gonna jump in and get headed home before I lose any more. Job done.